People will buy you before they buy anything that you're selling. And you see my good used car salesman friend up there. But I chose this photograph about a car to just tell a quick story about, to give you an example of this, actually. It was Thanksgiving a few years ago, and me and my family went to dinner at someone else's house. And when I came out to go home, there was an orange Chevy Camaro that was sitting out front of the house, and I near lost it. I love speed. And so I saw the car, and I was like, oh my goodness, who does this car belong to? And it was a gentleman probably in his 70s, and he's like, what are you doing with that? I need that. But I'm the type of person, if I see something and I like it, I'm going to go sit in it. I want to test drive it. I want to see how I look in it. So I went to a dealership, a Chevy dealer, and I wanted to test drive the car. And the salesman that came out, he was a gentleman. He had on a suit, but the shirt was kind of pulled out a little bit. And women, we notice a lot of things about you guys, just in case you didn't know that. But, you know, the heels of his shoes was run over a little bit. And, you know, they say you can tell a lot about a man by his shoes that he wears. So men, look, check your heels. But so y'all be checking our heels. We checking your heels, too. But anyway, and he was just really pushy, and I just wasn't feeling him. And so I left there knowing that if I decided to buy that Camaro, I would go to a completely different dealership, and I would not purchase it from him. He did not make an impact on me, and his impression was not good. So I did, you know, start searching for cars again, and this February, you know, I went a little more practical, and I ended up with a Dodge Journey because I have a mentoring program, and I transport girls all over the place, so they weren't going to fit well in the Camaro, so I left it alone. But another example of that is I recently, and I was telling Tanya this the other day, I recently was checking out hotels because you heard I have a mentoring program. I host a mother-daughter retreat every year, and it's a 3-day event. And I was looking for a hotel to host the next retreat in. And I was supposed to go to one hotel. I had an appointment, but the lady called me, and she said that she wasn't going to be able to hold the appointment. We had to reschedule. So on my calendar, I had that I was going to see a hotel that day. So I chose another one, and I went to see that hotel, and I walked in. I didn't have an appointment, and I asked if I could see a sales manager, and I wanted to know if she could talk to me about my event and possibly show me the hotel just right there on the spot. And a young lady walked out, and she was so well put together. She walked out with confidence. She greeted me. She was friendly. She was her brand that day of that hotel as that sales manager. She asked me a ton of questions. She wanted to know about my business. Why did I start the mentoring program? How did I start the retreat? She just asked all these questions. I bought her before she showed me 1 inch of that property. And so I ended up spending time with her, talking about the event, and I left there, and the following day, I still had to keep the appointment, still was going to honor the appointment with the other hotel. But when I walked in there, I already knew I wasn't going to book with her because I was so sold on the young lady that I had had the conversation with the day before. So I bought her before I bought anything that she was selling. So that's my point about that quote, and I probably would not buy a car from Gold Tooth here.